Hey guys, have you ever had your hat, say, in the bottom of your closet, and then you pull it up and you go, how did that get there? And then it looks like this, wrinkled up, or maybe you packed it, thought you secured it, but it was hitting up against other things in the box. So when you took it out, you were like, what happened? Well, this happened. It gets wrinkled, but the great thing about wool, felt material, it's so forgiving. Um, as easily as it can wrinkle up, it can straighten out, especially if it's pre stiffened. Most of your hats are, or even if it comes with a wire around the brim, you can still um, straighten out your brim. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I am going to use professional tools, but we're going to talk about some alternative items that you can use at home um, that are optional. All right, so let's get into it. So you will, of course, need your hat with the wrinkled up brim. I'm going to use this block. You don't, of course, I don't expect you to have a block, but this is optional and I'll tell you why. As long as your hat has a sweat band, and that's what this is called here, this black band around the bottom crown of the hat, it collects your sweat, but it also helps to hold the shape of the crown. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and put my hat on top of the crown. Yeah. And we are going to use some spray starch. We're going to use a really good iron that has a steamer, a steam setting, I should say. And we're going to use this board. This board is also optional, but we'll talk about alternatives for what you can use at home. Okay. So I'm going to just secure this hat on this block. And just so you know, this is a 23.5-inch hat block. And it's considered large for either large heads or people who have curls or braids or whatever. Okay. So if you're using a block, you have to use something that's the exact size and shape of your hat. Okay. So I'm going to spray your spray starch. You can't use too much, honestly. It's okay. I just went around it twice there. Add some steam, and then I start to go. The first time I go around, I'm not trying to necessarily make it straight. I'm more or less focused on just getting the lumps and humps out. Okay, so that was the first time. So it's still a little wrinkled. Now I'm going to go on the outside. And this is where it's going to start to get straighter. Now you can, if you're like, oh, I'm scared I'm going to burn my wool felt, you can use cheesecloth over it. I'm at one with my iron, but if you are not feeling as secure, just using your iron, afraid that you will burn your wool, then yes, feel free to use a cheesecloth this is like the last section. I pretty much ironed it in about 4 sections, going around each C-section curve of the hat. Now what we're going to do is take the point of our iron and just go around the base. Yeah. Awesome. Once you're done, I like to go around it again. Spray my starch again. And then, just until it cools, put on your board. If you do not have a hat board, then you can just use books. You can use encyclopedias. Do we still have books at home, people? Are they in your garage? If so, pull them out. I still have a few books. I don't have as many as I used to because everything's online and so forth, Audible, everything. But if you have any suggestions on what you can use instead of a book that would hold down the brim of your hat, please leave it in the comments. But you're not going to leave it on the whole time because remember, we added steam to the brim. I just put this on just to set it for, I guess, about 15 minutes. And then I remove it so that it can continue drying, okay? So, just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna put this hat on. Gotta take it out of the block that it was in. We are good as new, people. Okay, so what I did was I did let it sit a little bit, cool down, and re-stiffen. And yeah, please like, share, and subscribe, and let's get our hat on.